have you ever stopped to wonder what actually happens to your money after you deposit it in the bank? Spoiler, it doesn't just sit in a vault waiting for you to withdraw it. In today's video, I'm gonna break down what banks really do with your money and why it's not always as safe as you might think, and what you can do to protect yourself financially. So how do banks make money with your money? When you deposit your money into the bank, you're essentially giving the bank permission to use it. In fact, banks don't keep all of your money on hand. They use something called fractional reserve banking. This means they're only required to hold on to a small portion of your deposit, let's say 10%, while the rest is lent out to other people or businesses. So if you deposit $1,000, the bank might only keep $100 of that available, while the other $900 is out working for them, not you. Here's where it gets interesting. Banks use your money to make loans like mortgages, car loans, or credit card loans, and they charge interest on these loans. That's how they make most of their profit. Meanwhile, they pay you a tiny fraction of that interest in the form of savings account rates, which, let's be honest, are often less than 1%. So the bank is profiting from your money while giving you pennies in return. Sounds like a great deal, right? Well, for them at least. Is your money safe in the bank? Now, if you're like most people, you might think, well, at least my money is safe in the bank, right? And yes, most banks are insured by the FDIC up to $250,000 per account. But here's the catch. If too many people try to withdraw their money at once, like during, let's say, a financial crisis, the bank could run out of cash, and that's called a bank run, and it's happened before. Now, you might not know this, but even with FDIC insurance, getting your money back in a crisis might not be as quick and easy as you hope. So why is it hard for most Americans to build wealth? Well, it's because people are putting money in the bank earning 1% interest while paying interest on their home or credit card debt between 7 and 10% or higher. In those scenarios, you are actually losing money each month, even though you think you're saving and earning money. When it comes to wealth building, you always want to have your money working for you and not for the bank. So here's what wealthy people do. Wealthy people put their money to work and also use other people's money to make that money work for them. Other people like the bank. And let's take real estate, for example. Let's say you have $100,000 of cash. Instead of putting it in a savings account and earning 1% interest rate, you use that as a down payment. You then borrow $400,000 from the bank to invest in a $500,000 rental property. Now you have to pay interest on that $400,000 loan, but if the rental is earning more than the cost to hold the property, you are now using the bank's money to grow your own wealth. You know, with real estate specifically, you also have the tenant paying your debt for you via monthly rents. And then you're using borrowed money from the bank to own a property that's appreciating in value. There's a saying that wealthy people know how to use borrowed money to grow their own wealth, and real estate is a great example of how that works. Now, what can you do if you don't have a large sum to buy real estate? Are there better ways to put your money to work for you versus sitting in a bank account? And fortunately, the answer is yes. Now, I'm not saying pull out all of your money from the bank and stuff it under your mattress, right? But here are a few smart things to consider. First, diversify where you keep your money. Don't rely on just one bank and put everything in there. Next, you can also look for higher yield savings accounts or money markets or CDs for better returns. And the third thing you can do is consider investing in assets like stocks, loans, which can grow your wealth over time. So by understanding how banks use your money, you can make sure that you're making more informed decisions and taking control of your financial future. We have to remember that your money is one of the most powerful tools you have, but only if you know how to manage it wisely. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more tips on building your financial future. And hey, let me know in the comments what's one thing you've learned about banks that surprised you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.